Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. In this video I am going to be reviewing my 4 trades today and my 1 trade from last night. Hopefully let me pull my Discord up while I talk. So yesterday I went 1 for 1. I had a 1.6-ish R trade when the futures market opened up for the week on Sunday night. I saw some bearish momentum, so I got short. Today, when the market opened up, I saw we had gapped down quite a bit, but a lot of my higher time frame indicators that I used to trade were bullish, so I decided to get long. I missed a great long. I'm rusty. It's my first time, seriously trading again in a couple of weeks. So I just didn't have all my eyes on the market when I should have. I walked away appropriately during the first 30 minutes because I could tell I wasn't going to get confirmation then. But, and I sort of did, but it was still the right choice at the time to walk away. But then I missed, at the close of that first 1 hour bar at the top of the hour at 10 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Mountain Time. I should have been watching because there was a great long opportunity that I missed. Oh well. So then I took 2 trades. Well, let me just share my screen and talk about it. So these were the 4 trades I took. This was the top of the hour trade that I missed out on. Could have got long here on this bar right here. On this bar right here, I should have got long. Stop loss below this bar. Entry point at the top of that bar. Once we break this bar, the top of this bar, so we get entered in. Could have targeted, I don't know. Next, looking left, could have targeted the next logical point. So maybe yesterday's pivot, maybe just the 21 EMA. We can take a look at the actual chart. But then bar 18, we had a confirmation break above. So I got long for that with a stop loss below bar 18, I think. Yeah. And then we got more confirmation here, so I added to my position, moved my stop loss to be below bar 21, and then I got stopped out. And that's I guess, a price I have to pay of adding leverage and moving my stop up, is sometimes I'll get stopped out in locations where if I would have just kept this bar 18 initial stop loss, it would have moved up and it would have, the trade would have been a success. But sometimes there's advantages to moving up the stop loss right away too. Like, for example, the biggest advantage is you reduce the amount you lose when you get stopped out. So even by adding this contract here and increasing my leverage, the amount I lost would be less than, what is it? Let's take a look. This is my data where I track my results. So I know it's kind of small. So yeah, it looks like I lost $20 on this trade. So 1 R for me is $100. So I lost a fifth of what I would have lost had this one against me. Yeah, I missed out on some profits, but it's okay because a couple bars later I had a good long confirmation entry as we broke above the high of the previous bar. All right. So I made 1 R off that, and then had more confirmation here. We closed above the previous 1 hour bar on bar 33, so I got long, went my way, made about 1 R. Very nice. Now let's take a look at the chart. I want to talk about the missed trades. I'll get rid of that drawing. So, two big missed trades today. Bar 40, long. Could have got long here above bar 40 and targeted a break up to yesterday's high. That would have been for about 1R. And could have targeted past it even. Like, you know, maybe the first bar that closes above it and made about 10 points, which would have been real nice. The first bar, though, I already talked about quite a bit, was the close of the first 1 hour. This bar 6 right here. Bar 5 is also a good bar to get long. When the market opened today, my MACD indicator was bearish because we had moved down so much, and I don't want to really trade after a massive gap anyway, but it moved up so quickly that while the first bar was still forming, the MACD actually went positive. My bullish indicator is if both of these lines, the fast and the slow MACD, the green and the blue line, is above this black line here, or gray line, which is called the 0 line. If both of those are north of this line, then that's a bullish signal, signal to get long. And if both are below, it's a signal to get bearish. And if it's intertwined, like it was this morning, or like it was at this point, not intertwined, but if one is above and one is below, like it is right here, that's just not a signal at all. It's like not bullish nor bearish. So like right here is an example of when I don't want to be bullish or bearish, or right here. But luckily, it moved up, and my indicator said, okay, I can get long. I trade with confluence of indicators, so I want my trading to be as mechanical as possible, and I want to be able to. I do that to protect me, to keep me out of bad conditions, because by nature I'm an overtrader. I'll trade as much as possible. So for me, I know there's problems with indicators. I know, I know it's not. There's problems with indicators. I've read the literature from Adam Grimes on that. I've had lots of people. I've seen the studies about EMA crossovers and how it's not profitable. So I'm definitely very ignorant, and I'm not the most educated about that. But I know people have problems with indicators. I'm just saying this is what I do because it works for me. It keeps me out. It's an objective criteria I can look at and say, okay, this is not a good time to trade. So I have my 4 being above or below the day's opening level, this green line, the EMAs, the MACD, and then being above the previous 1 hour bar for longs, below the previous 1 hour bar for shorts. So when we opened up today, we didn't have we had the EMAs, and we were above the opening level, but we were below the previous 1 hour bar, and the MACD was not bullish. So I only had 2 out of 4 of my indicators of my rules being activated. I need 3 out of 4. But we got MACD went positive. I got my 3 out of 4, and then bar 2, we're no longer below the previous 1 hour bar. We're now above the previous 1 hour bar. There's lots of bullish momentum, so it makes sense to get long on bar 6. I missed out on that. Made a nice move though from 44 or 45, or I guess we'll round up to, so we'll say 46 up to about 62. So made a nice 16-point move up. If we would have looked left, where could we have targeted? Let's just target the next logical level up. Probably like where it pulled back to. Like the bottom of where it pulled back to on the previous day of trading. So, yeah, that would be 58, or about 12 points higher than where we entered. my goal is just going for 20R a month. I want to make 20R a month. That's it. Um, if I can make 20R a month, that would be massive. Um, last 2 days we're up 2.44R after fees, so that's good. If I There's 20 trading days a month, so if I can just average 1R per trading day, that will help me achieve my goal. That's really like good mentally, just knowing that, oh, I only have to trade and make 1R to be on track for my goal, because 1R is not very much. If I'm trading one contract, that's 20 points. But if I'm trading two contracts, that's 10 points. And if I'm trading three contracts, that's 6.67 points. So it's good. I'm happy, and my risk is $100 in my account. I loaded my account back up. I used money from my house fund slash retirement fund, um, and because I think this is a worthwhile investment in my future, and I don't think I'm gonna lose. I don't think I'm gonna blow another account. My risk size is my account is about $5,000, and my risk size is $100. So I'm risking about 2% of my account per trade. Ideally, when my account was much larger, I'd like to only risk 0.5% to 1% of my account per each trade. But I think at a beginner stage, this is fine. I'm happy with it. I feel like the money is safe in my account. I view this account here as I just want to protect my money and keep it safe, in case I ever want to use it to make it an investment, like buying a home. But mainly I just want to keep it safe in case of emergencies, because I don't know. I think that I'll be able to do that, so I'm really happy. I should respond to a comment I got today. I like to respond from comments every now and again. This guy says, giving up your job, marriage, vacations paid by credit card debt while gambling. Dude, you are on the road to hell. And that would be true if everything this guy said were true. But I'm not. I'll address it one by one real quick. Giving up your job. I'm not giving up my job. I'm currently an engineer, but I'm gonna eventually leave it to work at my family farm. In about, I don't know how long, matter of months, but I want to try and grow that business. Something I've always wanted to do, and it's just been something I've wanted to do since I was little, when my mom started it. My mom's an entrepreneur, and I feel like I'll be more happy and fulfilled kind of trying to support that family business. Marriage. How is marriage on the road to hell? That's a good thing, I think. Vacations paid by credit card debt while gambling. I've paid off like 2/3. I booked the vacation on the credit card, but I don't even know why I'm addressing these points, because if I'm addressing these points, it's like I'm acting guilty. But I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know why I said this. Below, a guy said, "You are doing this real. No jokes. Keep going." Fabio said, "Breaking even in a period of 3 months is a great achievement on its own." So I appreciate these comments a lot. Supportive comments. I welcome the critical comments too, but this one is just kind of weird, because none of these are really true, and I think this guy must be new to the channel or something. And I will say, a lot of this channel in the previous year, I was making lots of mistakes and losing lots more money than I should. But I when I talked to Adam Grimes, I mean, I haven't talked to him in a long time, but he did help me out a bit when I was really down on my luck after I got laid off from mass layoffs. And I tried to go full-time trading. I was only a year in, destined to fail at that time because didn't have enough experience, but I tried to go full-time because I got laid off. And I told Adam, I'm like, I'm like really sad about this money I lost. Like, I think I lost about 8 grand over a 3 month period. And like, this is really stressful because I don't have an income either. So, I have emergency savings. And I was on, the state of Colorado gave me some unemployment money. So like my rent and food was covered for the next, few months. But I was just like, man, I feel bad about this. And he was like, don't feel bad. It's not like you lost it on strippers and cocaine. And that made me feel really good. It made me laugh. And he's right, He said, you lost it in the service of learning. So yeah, I've lost money in stupid ways, and I recorded myself, but it's all been in the service of learning and like a higher path, higher calling, which is I want to be a trader. And I think I'm gonna get there. I think just my newfound patience, my trading plan right here, just keeping it super stupid simple, focusing on the 1 hour time frame now instead of the 5 minute time frame. I think it's all going to add together, and it's just going to require massive amounts of patience, accepting that there might be a week or two where I don't even take a trade because maybe my indicators just aren't aligned. Maybe we have a bunch of days like this in a row where it's just chop city and we're inside previous 1 hour bars, and who knows. All I can say is I'm going to stay consistent. I'm going to protect this money. My number one goal is protecting money and staying patient, not going on tilt. And the nice thing about a system like this is, even if I do feel emotions, like today when I started trading, I was a little tired, I was a little hungry, I was feeling a little impatient because my first 2 trades lost, but my system protects me. Like, I can't, like, even if I want to trade, it's like I've messed up enough that I will always respect my trading rules and I won't violate them. So it's like, even no matter what, even if I'm feeling emotions that in the past used to hurt me with my trading, I don't think they'll hurt me anymore because my system will protect me. And that's what a system is intended and supposed to do. So, talking about the market, shifting focus to more broader, we have been very bullish lately. The market opened way down today. I think probably because of that Moody's downgrade of the U.S. And you'd think, that's bearish, but the market and the market did open very bearish, but it rallied up very strongly today and closed exactly where we closed on Friday. And I don't know any of the reasons behind. I don't try and understand the news. I'm a day trader. I just want to trade price. Maybe I don't know. Maybe if the currency is devalued or the currency is seen as being less valuable because of the U.S.'s high debt, that maybe it means people think they'll print more dollars and it's good for the stock prices. I don't know. I'm not a economist. I'm just kind of guessing here. But the main lesson is just the news. You get a negative news story, but the market can do a completely different thing. And there was actually a really great newsletter about this from Trader Lion, I think it was. I really hope I'm crediting the right person. I'll try and find it, and I don't think I can link it because it's a newsletter, but maybe I can put the link in the comments or the description. But there's a really great newsletter I read today or the day over the weekend just about that. And I know Jason Shapiro talks about this as well. In fact, the newsletter pointed to Jason Shapiro as an example of he actually has a system that involves fading the news, or like if a news headline sounds bad, maybe it's actually a good signal to do the opposite. I mean, you have to wait and see what the market does, but in the case like today when it opens very bullish, that is a time where you want to get long. Okay, I just yapped quite a bit, so I'm going to call it. It was a good video though. I laid out a lot of my trading philosophy and talked about price action a bit, so I think hopefully it was educational, and I appreciate you watching. And let me know if you have any questions for me. Please leave a comment, good or bad. I appreciate the engagement, helps the channel out. My goal is to, I want this channel to get to 1,000 subscribers because I want to monetize the YouTube channel, and I want to kind of, I don't want to go so far and call myself like a positive trading influencer. That's not up for me to decide, but at least I think I can say I'm not like very negative, because I would say 95% of the people that make trading YouTube videos are scammy and trying to sell products, and I will never try to sell products. I just like making YouTube channels. I always have. Since I was in the 7th grade, I've made YouTube videos. So it's always just, I don't know, it's fun to make content. I just like doing it. So it's like more of a hobby to me, but still I do want to grow the channel. So that is it for my video. I appreciate you watching, and have a good one. Peace.